Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another week of Gates of Hell content. We are starting off with a good one here today. We've got a 3 versus 3 domination game on the map Pozanov. We are playing as the Allies. We are the UK specifically, and we've actually got a US teammate, Chan, and a USSR teammate, OMG. So it is a truly multinational force. We should have kind of the best of all three nations here, which should be great. We're going up against Lone Wolf, who we teamed up with last time in the last 3v3. Sean Shepard and Mucho, all playing as Germany. And we had a very specific plan here, playing as the UK, so hopefully we'll have some success as we get going here. But let's see what happens. So starting off, depending on where we spawn, and it looks like we'll be middle here, I'm gonna rush the first squad out to the point, which is just slightly to the east here, and then I'm gonna rush my second squad into kind of the center, but ahead of our point. I want to try to get guys into these middle buildings here, because I feel like they are very good defensive positions, especially considering the Axis also have them cross the, what is that, pathway, I guess? It's not really a road. Well, maybe it is road, but across the way. And then we're going to mainly try to support whoever is going on the left side. So that's kind of my plan for the start. The Brits, with how cheap they are, I can kind of match two squads, just like the Soviets would. Our US teammate Chan may be fairly limited depending on what he bought for infantry, so hopefully we'll be able to kind of match the infantry aspect here. But looks like OMG made it into the point with the Jeep, and he actually brought a flamethrower, so he bought a single flamethrower as well. So he's going to be light on squads technically, but the flamethrower actually does some work, takes out a Kubel wagon. But as we can see, they've got 3 Jeeps, or they pushed 3 Jeeps in. Looks like probably each one of the Axis players took a Jeep and rushed it into the point here. So they are capping, but hopefully we'll have numbers potentially here. But OMG's got some partisans, which are very light health, tier 1 infantry. And our guys are kind of getting wrecked, unfortunately, here. And they do have a lot of infantry. So I don't know if maybe 2 players from their side both pushed everything this way. Looks like they've got some stuff kind of on their home point as well, pushing that way. But looks like whoever for us is on the west side has no opposition so far. And they've actually got a pretty good position there too. But they are pushing us off of this point, and we're kind of getting annihilated. Tried to bring over some guys to help on this side, but looks like they all got destroyed. So I'm pretty light on infantry, although we do have a new squad coming in with how cheap they are. So we will have a third squad with a Piat. Should hopefully help some of these Jeeps maybe if they're still up. But they are slowly capping on us, but looks like OMG is smoking out, so hopefully we'll be able to get in there. And I decided to bring in a very early half track with a 50 cal to hopefully kind of do some big damage here. I'm hoping that'll help us out in the long run. Just because these Jeeps are so, or the Kubel wagons, I mean, are so light armored, light skinned vehicles. So 50 cal should hopefully shred them. But we have got to do kind of a better job at keeping our infantry alive here, as we've got a squad rushing up to take the wall. I do take out the Piat. I'm going to try to take out some of these guys behind the cover. We take out the cover, but not the guys, unfortunately. But our half track is coming up now. Whoever's Jeep that is, they are pulling it off. Take Piat one more time. Take out some more. Some more cover. It looks like OMG has been able to really take that point. So we pushed them off. Kind of flip the scale. Like I said, we've got 3 light vehicles as well in there too, which is great. See a static MG getting in place here. So I'm actually going to throw a smoke grenade. Try to give myself cover, and then maybe I can get a grenade on him, potentially in a second, when I have a second to micro it. We've lost a large number of our infantry, which is really unfortunate, but thankfully we're not really getting pushed. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He just slowed down for some reason. He was very sluggish, that guy. Not moving fast, but we do manage to get the grenade off, thankfully. And it does take out the MG, so it is decrewed. But man, that's crazy. I think if he wasn't slow, maybe I could have gotten a second grenade off on the infantry squad that was pushing up. Unfortunate. But we do have a commando section coming in. A little bit better than the Polish rifles that we were using. And we're going to keep up the pressure in the center. I'm even going to spread some of these guys out a little further up as well, considering they've now kind of pushed into that secondary clump of stone buildings there across the way. But I've got to get them off these walls. I got to push them back because they're currently... They've got the better... I mean, we have decent cover where we're at right now, but they can just kind of set up a firing line there. And it is a pretty effective area to do so. But if we can push them back, that should hopefully relieve any other pressure on the 2 points to the east. Considering both of them spawn there. So really good for us right out of the gate. I think the triple jeeps, triple Kubel wagons may have kind of messed them up because they had less infantry numbers. And the infantry they could call in with the cost of the Kubels, probably tier 1. So very light health, not the best. And we do see a whirlwind coming in, so that could shred our infantry here. Looks like Chan's trying to get his half-track down into the gully, but he doesn't get there. And we're going to go head-to-head with the Werewolf. This thing should absolutely take it apart. The Crusader AA here. So we crew stun it, hull break it, and we set the turret off. Fantastic. So Warble's down. Catch a squad in the open, running into the point. We absolutely devastate them as they're coming in. Fortunately, we do hit the half track there. And the unfortunate casualty, he should have gotten out of the way. That's on him. He should have seen us coming. But we absolutely decimate the infantry for the most part. And I think OMG can probably deal with the last couple of stragglers here. So we're going to pull this Crusader back just in case a tank or something comes up. I don't want to deal with that. But we do know, at the very least, with a Warble out, one of them is support doctrine. So we could be seeing a Yag Tiger, potentially. Yag Tiger, we could be seeing... they got the grills in that one. Artillery, they've also got the Carl. We could see a Carl. I haven't seen a Carl Garot in a while, so... some things to keep in mind as we get into the later tiers here. But that Warble we did make quick work of, which is great. So not a lot of value for how long it was out on the field. But we're going to push these guys up, get into some better positions. We see a Panzer III. Looks like the Flame Panzer III, actually. So one of them is also a regular. Interesting. And I actually don't know. I'm thinking from the side that I can pen him, but truly I don't know. We're going to find out. We can get a couple shots, but looks like he's still going. We may have cruised on him, though. I don't know what happens there. Looked like we had loaded, but we do take out the turret. So turret's down, which is great. Well, that should help OMG in the middle, although they are capping us at this point, capping on their end. Trying to get a couple more shots off. Shot Sean asks for muchos. Interesting. I don't know what's up with that. We've kind of decimated their infantry numbers from that quick look. Now I'm trying to track them if I can, considering I can't seem to pen them. And I am out of AP. So we're going to pull them off because we just have HE now. And we'll spend a second to try to get some of the infantry out of these buildings. Sean's just kind of put him... He probably just right-click dragged anywhere in this area. But unfortunately, they're not really spread out in positions to actually like contest me and put any fire down. They're just kind of hiding behind the buildings. They should micro. They're probably not microing it, truthfully, but they realistically need to. They should spend a couple seconds just microing those guys and putting them in the buildings to actually start firing at me. But we're doing fairly well. We've gotten one of the points, probably about to get another one, and the second or the third one finally spawns on the west side, which has had no action for the most part. Looks like it's Chan that's over here, so Chan's been able to push up fairly far, pretty much past the midpoint as of now. We're gonna bring over the half track and the Crusader AA, and we do see a half track coming in on their end. And it's actually the flame half track. So we know all three doctrines. We've got irregular, we've got all around west, and we've got support. So a good variety of stuff we could end up facing. From a Blue Tiger to Rocket Arty, Carl Garrod, Yag Tiger. See what happens here. Tried to take out the half track with the Crusader, but I was hoping the HE might do a little more damage, but unfortunately it did not. But Chan had a bazooka there, thankfully, so that does make quick work of that. And we're just going to spread some guys around a little bit here. Now we've got a 231 rushing in, along with some ersatz from Mucho. So I think Mucho's got some interesting buys, some pretty unfortunate buys. And he's rushing in his vehicles without really any support. So the 231's already down to the GMC, which is pretty unfortunate. And then his ersatz are just rushing in. I think only the squad lead probably has smokes. I don't think I don't buy them. They're so, I mean, they're cheap, but they're terrible. You need to kind of mix in like tier 2, tier 3, and then once you get to tier 3, and then like it's fine to get some tier 1 guys, but I personally never go with the lowest. But that's just me. We can see OMG's got a very nice defensive line. So they're having problems all across the board at this point. They're not pushing me in the middle. They're contesting OMG, but OMG's got a superb position. And then Chan's had no opposition. So I think their start really set them up insignificantly here. And there, I mean, there's nothing here. I feel like this is just wide open. We'll actually see if there's anyone here. There's no one in the foxholes, looks like. Maybe we can sneak in. Oh, there they are. All right. He's got a mortar and a couple guys. He's in the building at least, but I feel like there's some opportunity here. Yeah, we're going to go for it. They're playing way too complacent in the center. So we're gonna start our push. This could be a quick game. We'll see. I don't know. May not. We're gonna pull up a Vickers, put it in this foxhole, and then have that be our defense. And considering they're not pushing, we might as well just continue to push them. Force them to fight for their own point. So we'll start applying pressure here. Looks like they've also got guys in the right building too, so. I want to take out this mortar though. This is probably not the best buy for the time being, considering they don't really have line of sight anywhere past where we are in their home point now. Action. I thought we could have gotten him. We did decrew it though, so I'm going to try to get this guy on it, and I'm going to try to self-destruct it, which for anyone that doesn't know, you can easily do that by just double tapping L. So you don't have to go into the menu at the bottom right, just double tap L and it will self-destruct it. So as long as they don't recrew it before it self-destructs, it will blow up. If you recrew it, you can stop the self-destruct. We'll throw grenades through here. We do die, but we do get him. And we'll get a couple more guys in here, and we do start to decap already. So, pretty nice. And we do also have parachute engineers coming in as well with 3 flamers. So, we are absolutely going to apply the pressure and maybe do some significant damage if we can keep these guys alive. Oh, looks like there's a full squad in this building too. So burn these guys out. Oh yeah. Burn that whole squad. He's just got very unfortunate positioning, and now he's rushing in, rushing in the pack wagon, which is interesting. I thought we almost had it fully cooked there, but we do only get 2 guys out of it. So I'm trying to get this guy up through the building, try to sneakily get him, but the grenadier in there does get him before I can. But it is down to 2 crew now, so slightly unfortunate. But again, he's just rushing up vehicles, and I mean, I know he's got to get me out of here at this point because I am capping, or I was capping, but now he's got help from Sean. Or is it Lone Wolf? Actually, it's Lone Wolf that brought in guys, not Sean. But yeah, he's pushing his vehicles a little too far. He got very lucky though that I didn't take that thing out. We are tier 2. Looking at my options. And I am gonna go with the Croc Churchill. My initial plan prior to the start of this game was actually to use the Challenger. I wanted to take the Challenger and kind of contest tanks and everything. Have a little more tank action at the tier 2 kind of mark, but really we haven't had much. It's more of an infantry game, and we're pushing so hard that I want to kind of punish them with the Croc here. So we'll get that thing up, and we are going to go head to head with the pack wagon. He has no line of sight, so we easily take it out. So that's another unfortunate circumstance for him. That was tier 2 DP buy, which is a pretty decent DP cost too. Is down. And we're gonna bring up the Stuart Recce. Considering that was just added, this is actually the first time I am playing as the Brits on with the new update. So we're gonna get that thing up and see how that thing does. I'm very excited for that. That and the what was it, the Kangaroo they added? I think they're different. Yeah, nice 50. It's either a 30 or a 50 cal on that thing. So, and a light tank, which is great. But we're gonna continue to apply the pressure. Ton of smoke. We're actually forcing them to kind of man every single position in the center to try to hold their point. It looks like we do also have a couple of reinforcements from one of our teammates here. I think that's Shan, maybe? I don't know, tough to say. Someone's coming in, that'll help. Which is great. And as we can see on the mini-map, there's really no pressure anywhere. They have a Hetzer and a Panzer III again, so we're gonna get a fuel truck up because I kind of anticipate the Churchill tanking a lot of the shots here and using up most of the fuel flamethrower. So I wanted to preemptively get that thing going. We do just pass under what I believe is a grill shot. And we do hit the Panzer III Flam. But we don't full kill, we don't do much. I think we just kind of slightly damage it. There's another flame half-track. He absolutely rinsed the squad that's inside of it. The half-track does go down, but we killed most of the squad in it. The Hetzer rushes up to try to meet us. We do unfortunately miss the first shot, but we're gonna try to set him on fire. Why not? I can probably pen him from this close, but I want to try to just burn his engine block. And unfortunately, he dips just low enough in there where I can't really hit him. But then he backs up too far, and now he's back into my my range and my angle. Although I've backed a little too far up that I can't actually see him with the flames. And unfortunately, that cost me because I try to re-engage and get closer, and he tracks me. Now I'm not facing the right way for the flamethrower. We're not having any luck penning him either. Yeah. And there's Lelg also putting some either HE or heat on this as well. But OMG out of nowhere with the SU-152 just take him out. That thing is done. We don't have to worry about that. We're gonna try to repair the track here if we can. So I'm trying to put some smokes out in front to kind of cover me if I can. I do need to get some more a little further to the right though, but I would assume that plane coming in is for me. So I don't think I'll be able to repair it. And based on the minimap, we do go down, minimap and kill feed. So, unfortunately, the croc is down. Didn't get the most value out of it, but it is still repairable, so we'll try to get these guys behind it, repairing it real quick. I think even if we're still tracked, if we can get the gun back up, that might be helpful. And if anything, but the grill just keeps zeroing in and keeps killing some of the crew and the Stuart, which is slightly unfortunate. But at this point, there's no one here. We've really had nothing. We put so much pressure on the center, on their point, that we can kind of comfortably move up and continue to press them. But the grill does take out the Stuart's crew, considering it's open topped. But it doesn't kill it, so we are just going to recrew it at this point. And we are going to bring in a Mark VIII, which was originally a DP buy for a regular, but they switched it to the stock room. So we'll bring in the dreaded Mark VIII. And I'm trying to bring up the fuel truck, see if I can get it up to the Flampanzer and then self-destruct. Probably should have gone to the left of the building. I bet I would have had a good opportunity to get there, but I took the wrong path this time. My bad. I wanted to see if I could blow that thing up with the fuel truck. Unfortunate. Would have been funny. We're gonna move up with the Crusader. I want to see if I can maybe take out the gun again, if I get lucky. Just move up. I thought I was in range before. I didn't want to far shoot. And looks like we're out of range, so we are going to just move up to far shoot at the ammo truck. I think there's a mortar over there. You take out the ammo truck. Well, completely decrewed. We are hitting Flampanzer. And as I'm moving up for the flame half track, we nearly tanked a full grill shot right to the face, but thankfully we slowed down just enough to miss that, which is insane. So we'll get out of there with 2 crew out of the 4. And as the flame panzer moves up, we are going to pull back Stuart. I am slightly scared of roasting. Shan hits him with something. And I think that we may have taken out the engine block. And that actually, unironically, we probably would have missed to begin with, but unironically, We do miss the Hawkins grenade there because of that. You get the second guy up, he doesn't get it off, and we do set the engine block on fire. So that thing is short-lived for the world. The Churchill and the Crusader are still under the grill fire. Very unfortunate. But this thing is up, and this thing is very heavily armored. So the only thing I'm really worried about doing any damage to this thing right now is actually the grills, which one direct hit to the top may actually take me out here. So I gotta be kind of careful of that. We're gonna try to resume our push with another half track and pushing in with the Stuart Recce. We also have the other half track position kind of in a really good spot in between these oil tanks. We just got to get into a position where I can fire. But I'm hoping that'll actually save it from any grill shots. Or at least I'll have to like reposition the grill. Stuart Recce goes down to a Panzerfaust and a flamethrower that rush up. So it is done. But it's actually pretty conveniently at a point where I can kind of get behind it. It might be just out of the point. We're going to pull out the satchel, and I'm going to try to get as close as I want to risk to this building and try to just blow a hole into it. Either take it down, or just make an entry point for myself. We're going to recrew the Crusader, and we're going to send these other two guys behind this wall to get back to the Rob Churchill. Track is pulling up full of guys, and that mortar gets awfully close, so we are going to dispatch now. Mortars are hit or miss. I don't really think they're the best buy on most maps, unless the opportunity kind of affords it. But on a map like this, where I'm just consistently running my infantry in, it's actually pretty nice. It's not the worst thing in the world. But he does some shrapnel actually sets the oil tanks there on fire, which is crazy. Takes out one of the half tracks, the one that was in between the fuel tanks. And I'm gonna bring up the Crusader as well, but I see a Panther on the road, so that could do something to the marking here. I can also see where the grills are as well. I was trying to see if maybe I can get close enough to the grill. But I'm pinging the Panther. I'm trying to see if anyone can get eyes on it. Very nervous about that. I think he's actually got two mortars behind this building. Grill overshoots us. That's good. I'm going to take down quite a few of these buildings if I can. Try to get to that site. Grill up on the hill as well, engaging Chan, who's having the time of his life on the right. So you see that grill shot come in and just go slightly to the left. Try to track the Panther. Oh, if he didn't stop, I would have had the perfect shot. It's so unfortunate. And of course, he's just behind the building where we clipped the top. Corner of the other building. But we're going to smoke out again with the commandos. And we're going to get a little aggressive with the Mark 8 here. So we can get the first shot in the corner. We'll do some damage. I thought. We kill infantry at least. And we hit the top engine deck there, but it does nothing too. We're engined, unfortunately. Next shot is low because I'm aiming at the track. His shot comes in, cruise shock, and detonates us. So the Mark 8, not a match for the Panther at this point. And now he's zeroed in on the Crusader through the oil derrick. Thankfully, he pings the second shot off the half track into the pipe. So we are able to get out of the way, but we do got to get this thing repaired. I'm going to get it behind the building and then start repairing it. Which we are able to do. And we've got some pretty convenient setup with these destroyed vehicles here. We can kind of just hide behind them a little bit. So I'm hoping maybe I can get some guys into the building further in and then there to kind of give some cover. But we're doing fantastic. 982 lead to 353. We've got 7 caps to their 1. Actually, I don't even know if they have one. And then Mucho says to his mortars. With those mortars, and he's really only going against me. So I don't know. I guess I'm eating them. But with tier 3 here, I do call in the dual Fireflies as well as the Churchill AVRE. If he leaves those mortars there and I can get the AVRE up close enough, I'm just going to detonate them for fun now because he said that. The AVRE is so fun as well. But we have technically repaired the Karak enough to be able to read through it. I don't know what the damage is on it, but I'm not going to bother getting in it now because the Panther's there. And it's just going to get absolutely rinsed. Looking around to see if anyone has an officer on the side. Just the spot. But with the plane, we actually see quite a few fun targets, including the King Tiger. So we are going to face the Porsche. I do believe these hybrid Sherman Fireflies should be able to do that. And I was actually going to see if I could take out the crew from the Vet 8 Firefly and kind of redistribute it, but I actually didn't realize it's only the commander. So I'm going to put it back in. And we do also see the heavy Nebelwerfer as well out on the field. So we've got a heavy Nebel from the irregular doctrine. We've got the Porsche King Tiger from the all-around west. For some reason, the second Firefly didn't move up. I don't know why that happens, but I've had that happen twice now in 2 separate games where when I call it in, only the first one moves, the second one doesn't. It's a bit odd. I would have rather had both of them up here immediately. But I'm going to start my push with the AVRE, and I'm going to leave a trail of smoke all the way up. I'm hoping, don't have vision this far back, as we do get a slight lag spike, unfortunately, for everyone, so very sad. But we've actually got the King Tiger here as well, so I'm going to continue pushing. I should be able to get up. He's got quite a few blocking pieces of terrain between us that I can just get close enough. I should be able to get first shot on him. And I think he's got HE loaded because he just fired the other way. But I'm still smoking. We're pushing. We're pushing. We're pushing. I've got the arc. He's just out of range. He gets just in. I think turning actually kind of screwed him up there. We get the shot off, and it looks like we do hull break it. Or at the very least, he threw it. So he's out. KT's already down. We got to deal with it now. Actually, yeah, it doesn't even look like it's hull broken. So that could be very good for us, depending on how things go here. Trying to get my second shot off with the AVRE. I gotta go forward, and we get double grilled. So Sean went double grills, so I'm guessing that's what we'll be facing with the support doctrine. And unfortunately, he doesn't hull break us, but he does enough damage to the turret and the gun that I've got to get out and repair it with the one guy that survived. So the KT will live for now. And now there's a Panther as well over there to kind of support. We're going to get a little crazy here with the Vet Firefly. You hit the Panther, although I kind of think we went straight through. Second shot takes out the turret. So Panther's down. OMG has the own rockets coming in, and they decimate the grills, which is fantastic. They absolutely needed that. So the grills should be down, or at least one of them is. The KT's recrewed. Sean is saying they tried, so I think they know defeat is on the way. KT's out of my line of sight, unfortunately, so I'm going to try to engage the Panther again. Looks like we bounced that shot. I'm going to pull the Firefly back here now, as the KT is getting aggressive coming for us. So I'm hoping these oil tanks will play into both of our favors and make this a equal duel, considering it's 2v1. But he does track the non-vet Firefly, the hybrid. Which is super unfortunate. We do get some type of hit. We're just bouncing right now, though. It's the angled armor. When he switched to heat, I think the infantry got a little too close and he switched targets, the AI. Which is why he should, whenever you get your vehicles, recommend, if you're not going to be directly fighting infantry with them, prevent it from switching ammo. Ammo lock it. So they stay on AP, switch to AP and prevent it. But now we are technically 4v1 in the KT. We've got an IS-2, we've got 2 Sherman Fireflies, and a, I think it's a field mod from Chan on the side. So we're trying to take this thing out. And we get so unlucky that Lone Wolf's Nebel focuses on us. It kills the entire crew. Doesn't actually full destroy it. So I'm going to try to get this half-track up there to get a guy into it and kind of get back on the gun, because the turret actually still works. It's engined and tracked, though. And this Firefly is still tracked, so we're going to try to repair it. But I didn't have this one set to ammo lock, so of course he changed to HE at the time. And while I'm putzing around with that, unfortunately we do lose the half track. And I see Sean coming up here with a single guy. I'm trying to call it out to this squad of Americans to turn and fire at him, but unfortunately the bugger gets in the Firefly, and this one is switched to HE again. I still haven't ammo locked him. So I right clicked him. I'm gonna try to focus on him. I'm bringing up the Crusader, because I think the Crusader can do something. Trying to hit the engine to just take it out at this point. And the Crusader does manage to set it on fire. So thankfully it is down. Super unfortunate. It kind of did its job, and it actually forced Lone Wolf to fire a full barrage at us from the Nebel. That could have gone somewhere else. And now we've got a Hetzer rushing in. So from way downfield, we'll take out the Hetzer. I want to full kill it, but then out of the corner of my eye, I see a Panzer IV rushing up now. So I got to switch targets here. We take out the Panzer IV. We're still tracked. Got to get the crew. Got to get extra crew in here to get full efficiency up. Panzer IV still alive. We do take out the turret. Now we got another flame half track pushing up. Every vehicle's coming at us right now. Take out the flame half track through the rubble. It's like a whirlwind. Went off in the left somewhere. Panther's still up. A Panzer IV-J on the left, fighting with a Pershing and an IS-2. So we should be good there. I'm gonna move up the Crusader now, get him a little closer. Got another Panzer IV coming down the hill. Crusaders engage in the remnants of the infantry from the half track. Looks like Chan's bringing in a half track full of infantry of his own. Help support the push. That's kind of faltered here. Got 10 vehicle kills, although we have lost nearly the same amount. That's alright though. We're putting so much pressure. We called in a recon plane as well to see what's up around the point. Panzer IV just out of our range, but the Crusader just in his, so we do get double tracked. Firefly is up and running, but he comes into our range, and we do get a nice shot through the turret. Through stun, we'll get the second shot off before he does. Boom, he's done. See where the Nebel is in the back. OMGs. Get some great hits at the point here. And the Panther as well. We almost ran over the Crusader. We're going to get around it. And now we're going to go a little crazy here. We're going to take out the Panther, hopefully. Nice one shot. Let's get some decent damage there. Yeah, cruise bailing. So, Panther's down. Let's see if I can put a shot into this ammo truck, but we've got too much intervening terrain. So they crewed an American half-track over there. Gonna put another shot into the Panther, and then there's another Hetzer coming. We'll take him out through the remains of two buildings. Put another shot into the Panther. I'm trying to set the engine on fire if I can. Neville's going off. Not at us though. Take out the Panzer IV further here. So Neville's going on the ice too. Set the Panther on fire. Got an M18 on the right flank as well, putting some side shots in. We take out the Panzer IV, full kill it. And it looks like the IS-2 did live as well, which is great. But they did call in a plane, so hopefully it'll survive that. Take out the Hetzer. And at this point, it is a very dominant victory. I would estimate we're nearly there, less than 100 points away. So I don't really see them being able to come back in the probably final couple of minutes. Especially considering there's a point on the map that we're capping. So that should give us a big boost, if not put us over. We're going to try to take out this flame half-track. We shoot through ours and the building, and we hit it, but it looks like it's still up. I'll pull up a little bit here. Take it out. Guy coming at us. Put some Browning AP into him. Take him out. Pull up just enough. Take out the other ammo truck. And it looks like this should be it at this point. We got some reinforcements coming in for us. They're not really calling anything in, although we do come across this. But we vetted out at this point, do get it. So victory is ours. Very good game on our end, 15 vehicle kills. Hope you guys enjoyed this fun one. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up this week, so stay tuned.